are you doing? I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. It's me, Kim, and I'm back for another edition of Keeping Up with the Creators. This is the first public edition of Keeping Up with the Creators. This is the fourth overall edition of Keeping Up with the Creators. This is a paywall exclusive because, girl, it gets messy. Let me just tell y'all, I'm supposed to be somewhere right now. I hope the person I'm supposed to be meeting does not subscribe to this channel. Because I know he's going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to get there. The night is young, but I had to come on and do this. Okay, so because I am running short on time, we're going to hit the two biggies, and then I'll come back tomorrow and we'll do the Coach Stormy deep dive. So, keeping up with the creators is, I'm always coming up with new ideas, girl. And the idea is that I want to take an analytical eye to creator nonsense. So, today we're going to talk about Christian Walker. And, of course, we got to talk about the Try Guys. All right. So, hopefully, you've been on Twitter because a lot has happened. First, let's talk about Christian Walker. Okay, so Christian Walker, in case you're not familiar, he is a biracial terrorist, allegedly. Can I say that? I'm not trying to get sued, y'all, but a biracial demon? Wait, is that better? No. No, okay. Let's get into who Christian Walker is. Here he is. September 30th, 1999, 23 years old, widely known as the son of NFL legend Herschel Walker. He has been a successful cheerleader, led the Spirit of Texas royalty squad. All right. His father rose to prominence after compiling a formidable resume as the running back at the University of Georgia. He has been featured alongside his father on CBS and TMZ discussing his cheerleading career. His mother is Cindy DeAngelis Grossman. All right, so Christian Walker basically has come to prominence over the last few years because he is a very outspoken, shrill, dogmatic, hardcore conservative. He is also very clearly gay and proud, but also believes in traditional masculinity, but also thinks that we need to return to a society where men were men and fulfill traditional gender roles, but also gay as a jaybird, right? We're just full of surprises. Okay, Christian, I wanted to give a little bit of a sample of how he is perceived in public. Let's go here. And
Ma'am, you don't need to tell baristas that I'm an asshole because I have an opinion. Get your drink and go away. I can have an opinion like everybody else. Why are you entitled to an opinion and not me? You want to Ma'am?
Okay, let's pause that. So that was Christian running up on Kehlani because Kehlani had apparently told the Starbucks drive-through people, this guy's an asshole. I mean, you got to be real bad to piss off Kehlani. Their spirit is just so calm. Kehlani is just trying to raise their baby, commune with their ancestors. Like, stop fucking with Kehlani, all right? But yes, he is awful. Right now, Christian is mad at his trifling daddy for a number of reasons. Herschel Walker's son calls candidate a liar and a hypocrite over abortion denial. This is from The Guardian. The son of Georgia's Republican U.S. Senate hopeful Herschel Walker called his father a liar and a hypocrite after a media report alleged that the candidate, who has publicly opposed abortion rights, paid for an abortion for a former girlfriend in 2009. The Daily Beast reported on Monday that Walker, a former pro football player, paid to end the ex-girlfriend's pregnancy when the couple was dating by depositing a $700 check into her bank account for the procedure. Now, I'm sorry. If I am getting an abortion for a former star professional athlete, you're gonna have to add some tax. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's $700. Okay, yes, pay for the procedure, but we need some padding on that. Okay, so that's how you know that woman benevolent. Okay, because it wouldn't have been $700 to keep me quiet, but that's that. Walker vehemently denies the allegations and has threatened to sue the news outlet for defamation. Yeah, fucking right. Walker's son, Christian Walker, was unimpressed by his father's denials. I don't care about someone who has had a bad past and takes accountability, Walker said in a tweet, but how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral, Christian, upright man. Now, I want to underscore that it hasn't always been like this between Christian and Herschel. So we saw them there together, Christian literally standing at the podium supporting his father's Senate run, them posed together. But last night he really went the fuck off. So it's come out over the last couple of months that Herschel is a Rolling Stone. Right. In Negro parlance, Herschel is a Rolling Stone. He has kids, ooh, all over the place. He has 4 kids that we did not know of before his Senate run commenced. And these little things about the kids would come out and he would deny it. But then eventually paternity tests come out and people come forward and you can't deny it, and then he has to go back and be like, oh, actually these are my kids and I take care of all of them. One of the big things about Herschel is that, of course, when you are deciding to run for Senate, it's a big fucking deal. It's a BFD. And so you assemble campaign advisors, you assemble a staff, and it is your responsibility as a candidate to make sure that your staff has everything that they can possibly have so that you're not out here looking fucking crazy. The big thing with Herschel was that he had all these kids. He knew he had all these kids, but he lied to staff about it. What? So anyways, this is Christian again saying, I know my mom, and I would really appreciate if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. You're not a family man when you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from your violence. I don't care about someone who has had a bad past and takes accountability, but how dare you lie and act as though you're some moral, Christian, upright man? You've lived a life of destroying other people's lives. How dare you? But that's not where it ends. Christian the next morning decided, oh, he had to take it to the timeline. So this is the video that he released.
I stayed silent as the atrocities committed against my mom were downplayed. I stayed silent when it came out that my father, Herschel Walker, had all these random kids across the country, none of whom he raised. And you know my favorite issue to talk about is father absence. Surprise, because it affected me. That's why I talk about it all the time, because it affected me. Family values, people. He has 4 kids, 4 different women, wasn't in the house raising one of them. He was out having sex with other women. Do you care about family values? I was silent, lie after lie after lie. The abortion card drops yesterday. It's literally his handwriting in the card. They say they have receipts, whatever. He gets on Twitter. He lies about it. Okay, I'm done. Done. Everything has been a lie. And so for the right to say I'm being suspicious for saying, hey, I'm done with the lies, when you all have been calling me saying, is this true about your dad? Gosh, we're not going to win Georgia, this candidate, all that's been you. You have no idea what I've been through in my life. You have no idea what me and my mom have survived. We could have ended this on day 1. We haven't. I haven't told any stories. I'm just saying, don't lie. Don't lie on my mom. Don't lie on me. Don't lie on the lives you've destroyed and act like you're some moral family man. Y'all should care about that, conservatives. And then for people on the left to act as though I'm responsible for all of the things that he has done. I've talked about father absence. I've talked all these issues because they've been close to me. Because they matter to me, because I went through it. That's why I've talked about it. So when you say, well, talk about your dad, but I am. I'm saying this behavior is atrocious. Don't come for me. You don't have to like my politics. You don't have to like me. You don't have to. I'm just saying I'm done with the lies. We were told at the beginning of this he was going to get ahead of his past, hold himself accountable, all of these different things, and that would have been fine. Go ahead. He didn't do any of that. Everything's been a lie. Everything's been downplayed. Everything's been cutting corners. The whole thing. And whose expense is that at? Me, my mom, as we're chased down by the media. We're terrible.
Man, honestly, I always say empathy is my superpower. I can have empathy for anybody. I feel for Christian. He's a youngish man. His daddy wasn't shit. He grew up seeing his mother be abused. He's gay. I mean, it's just really, really sad to see all of this stuff spill out in public. What I can say is this explains a lot. Yeah. I mean, my theory was always that Christian was doing this very overly conservative, hardcore log cabin Republican performance in order to win the affection and support of his father. But it seems like maybe that's a little bit true, but also it is in response to the abandonment and abuse that he experienced growing up. So I can certainly feel for him there. I hope that Christian will get some help because he is very obviously acting out in not only obnoxious ways, but like actually damaging ways. The way that he continues to reinforce these ideas about manhood and masculinity and conservative values, there's still time to change. I hope he makes a change because it's absurd. I also wanted to say that Herschel Walker ain't shit. Like, very obviously. He's a liar, cheater, deceiver, heartbreaker. Sorry, this is serious, so I can't make a joke. Anyways, R&B heads, 90s, 2000s R&B heads, you know where that's from. But also, I genuinely believe that Herschel Walker has CTE. Oh, 100%. Let's watch this video.
You're able, and that's the problem that we have. And I said, what we need to do is look into how we can stop those things. He talked about doing a disinformation. What about getting a department that can look at young men, that's looking at women, that's looking at just social media? At one time, science said man came from apes. Did it not? That's when you go to the science.
Every time I read or hear that, I think to myself, you just didn't read the same Bible I did.
Well, this was interesting, though. If that is true, why are there still apes? Hey, I've been in law enforcement, so I grabbed my gun. I said, I will kill him. Herschel Walker, one of the highest, I'm going to kill him. I got in David, one of my many. I took off on 183. And I can still remember the voice of Herschel. People been disrespecting you all the time. People always doing stuff to you. You never done nothing to nobody. I started to pray. I said, Lord, I need some help right now. I said, I need you to help me. I said, I'm about to do something stupid right now. I need you to help me right now. I remember getting to this where I was going to meet him at. I got out of my car and I put my hand on my gun. As I was walking to this truck, before I could see the guy, I saw the sign on the back of his truck that said, honk if you love Jesus. And that's what calmed me down.
Do you think you know Herschel Walker? Well, think again. Listen to what his ex-wife had to say about him.
His eyes would become very evil. The guns and knives. I got into a few choking things with him. The first time he held the gun to my head, he held the gun to my temple and said he was going to blow my brains out.
Republican Accountability PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
People told me politics is dirty. They're right. My opponents launched a dirty attack ad. They dug up an old video and took it out of context. My opponents think they're hurting me, but I'm glad they did this ad because it gives me an opportunity to end the stigma around mental health. You're able, and that's the problem that we have. And I said, what we need to do is look into how we can stop those things. He talked about doing a disinformation. What about getting a department that can look at young men, that's looking at women, that's looking at just social media? At one time, science said man came from apes. Did it not? That's when you go to the science.
Every time I read or hear that, I think to myself, you just didn't read the same Bible I did.
Well, this was interesting, though. If that is true, why are there still apes? Hey, I've been in law enforcement, so I grabbed my gun. You're able, and that's the problem.
Okay, so that was a compilation from the Young Turks of not only Herschel Walker saying just completely nonsensical things, really having difficulty stringing coherent sentences together, but also at the end of that video, there was an interview with his ex wife, Christian's mother, talking about the kind of violence that she experienced at the hands of Herschel Walker. The thing about CTE is, right? Not only is the long-term effects of CTE, which is the damage that's done to the brain via repeated trauma. And now we know that football players getting injured, especially the old school football players, getting all those concussions, taking all of those shots, getting their heads slammed on the ground and the heart, like, it's not good for you. It's not good for your cognitive ability, right? Ability to think reasonably, rationally, uh, communicate, information processing, but also violence. Yeah. There's all of these theories around CTE and Aaron Hernandez, theories around CTE and OJ Simpson. And, we say theory kind of the way that evolution is a theory, kind of the way that gravity is a theory, for sure. For sure. So not only is this person not fit to be a senator, I mean, he really should be shamed out of even being able to be in public. The idea that because people believe so deeply in their political agenda that this man just hanging out with governors and stuff, right? It's not great. All right. Here, Herschel Walker publicly acknowledges 3 more children. This is from Axios. Herschel Walker, Georgia's Republican Senate nominee seeking to unseat Senator Raphael Warnock, is facing new scrutiny after revelations of multiple children that had not been publicly discussed. Why it matters. Walker, who has spoken about the problem of fatherless homes and had only talked about his 22-year-old son Christian on the campaign trail, but the Daily Beast found Walker has 3 other children by 3 other women. In a statement from the campaign, Walker said that he had cited these children in a disclosure document during a past White House counsel appointment process. I have 4 children, 3 sons, and a daughter. They're not undisclosed. They're my kids. Axios has reviewed the private document, which is not publicly available. I support them all and love them all. I've never denied my children, he said. I confirmed this when I was appointed to the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition. I just chose not to use them as props to win a political campaign. What parent would want their children involved in garbage gutter politics like this? I can take the heat, that's politics, but leave my kids alone. The big picture, this comes after a string of revelations about Walker's past, inflated or false statements about his life, including claiming to have graduated from college and claiming that he worked in law enforcement. You guys, this man not only lied about the number of children that he had and his actual son, who he was appearing with publicly, who came out at the beginning of the campaign, endorsed him, sat next to him, did not know about these kids until well into the campaign. He also actively lied about graduating from college, things that are very easily verifiable, and being a police officer. Who lies? I mean, look, some ain't right with Herschel. Some ain't right with Herschel. I mean, it's lies. We expect lies. Yeah, we expect lies. We expect Joe Biden lies. I guess now we even expect Donald Trump lies. But that shit, he's not doing well. Okay. I also actually, now that I'm here, I kind of want to look at the polling, Georgia Senate race polling. We're doing this live. I really don't know what it is. Okay, we're going to do 538. Do we trust 538? I kind of do. Let's look at these. Okay. Who's ahead in the Georgia Senate race? Okay, based on October 5th, Warnock is up 3.9%. So that is the sitting senator, Raphael Warnock, up, but he's up within probably the margin of error, So it's still very, very close, extremely close, which is wild. It is so wild. That is just really the state of polarization in the United States right now, that is a thing. Anyways, prayer circle for Christian Walker, not doing well. I mean, really, actually, this is not a joke. I hope he gets some help. I hope he gets some counseling, hope he gets some therapy, and I hope that whatever professional help that he gets leads him down a different path. Because this one, no bueno, not good. Let's go to the comments. For the longest time, I thought Christian was just doing a skit with his TikTok rants. Alarming, but not surprising. Yeah, if you listen to Walker talk and you believe he graduated in the top 1% of his class, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be clicking on y'all's positive stuff. Lying about being a police officer is so wild. Lamau, who does that? Well, it looks like he does that. Okay. All right. What time is it? Oh, God. I'm so late. We still have to talk about the Try Guys, though. Sorry. Gotta do it. Let us get this video and remove this and do this. And
weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports and since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us. And we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you this week.
And thus began a 3-week process of engaging with employment lawyers, corporate lawyers, HR, PR, and more, in order to make sure we were taking all necessary steps. From the jump, we were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company we've built and those of everyone who works here. This is something we took very seriously. We refused to sweep things under the rug. That is not who we are, and it's not what we stand for.
We immediately removed Ned from work activities and engaged an HR professional to conduct a thorough review of the facts. We also opted to remove Ned from our releases pending the results of that review. Over a few weeks, that's included removing his section from videos, digitally removing him from others, and choosing not to feature him in our merch throws. Honestly, I want to give major props to our editing staff for how deftly they've handled that. There are several videos that we've deemed as fully unreleasable. You will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. And that's a decision that has cost us lots of money.
Okay, that is, oh, do I remember the names? Eugene, Keith, and the other one. I always forget the other one. Eugene, Keith, and let me look at the comments. Eugene, Keith, and Zach. Is that his name? Zach? Okay. Eugene, Keith, and Zach. Finally, they broke their silence after the big Ned Fulmer scandal broke. I've already talked about that scandal behind the paywall, so I'm not going to rehash it. But TLDR, Ned Fulmer, who was the wife guy of the very, very popular quartet, the Try Guys, he was caught making out with his employee at a Harry Styles concert. And whoever saw them sent the footage of them making out in public at a sold out concert, sent it to the Try Guys, sent it to Alex, who is the employee, her fiance. They found out about it. Shit hit the fan. It blew up. Apparently, Ariel, Ned's wife, is best friends with Eugene, who is the Asian man dressed in all black who looked super, super pissed. So there's another layer of that. And of course, there's the layer of you guys have built this multi-million-dollar brand together over the course of many years. And not only is it a YouTube channel, it's book deals, it's multimedia deals. They had a TV show together, they had podcasts, even the wives, the spouses have their own little media brand offshoots. Ned put so many people's financial futures at risk. It's wild. I was going to say unforgivable, but I don't think anything is unforgivable. You know me. But I completely understand how mad they must be, not only at Ned, maybe they really are mad at the actual indiscretion, right? The immorality of it, the ethics of it, but also mad at the amount of money that they are now going to have to invest in lawyers, in overtime for the editors, in editors redesigning the merch and all of the graphics. It's just a lot. They had this TV show. What's going to happen to the TV show? I mean, it's a huge, huge, huge deal. But of course, we are drawn to that part. But we're also really drawn to the tawdriness of this is an employee. Let's actually go back to watching. Let's go back and watch more of this.
We will not be able to recoup that money, but it's a decision we stand by proudly.
Now, we can't talk about the details of the review, but suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the three of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC approving the removal.
I don't know why it sounds like that. Okay, wait, let me switch it. I'm gonna remove it and re-add it and see if something is gonna go differently, because I don't know what is going on there. All right, let's stop it. I don't know. I don't think it's done that before. Let's try it again. Add it.
Weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the three of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC approving the removal of Ned as a manager and an employee. We chose not to rush into the announcement for a few reasons. Namely, there are real people who have been affected. And while we consider this a company matter, there's just also a family at the center of this.
Now, we were always planning on a public statement, and we're working towards that with our team. But in light of rapidly accelerating speculation, we knew we couldn't wait any longer. We're obviously incredibly shocked and deeply hurt by all of this. This is someone who we built a brand and a company with for 8 years. We feel saddened, not just personally, but on behalf of our staff and our fans who believed in us.
I don't know that we'll ever be able to fully articulate the pain we feel at this moment. It's hard to rewatch old videos that we love and are proud of. We're losing a friend. We're losing someone we built a company with. We have countless memories with. We just made a TV show together. I'm sure many of you feel the same way. It's weird. We're sorry that this ever happened, and we don't know what more to say.
There's also our staff of 20 strong who they just don't deserve the negative attention our brand is now getting because they didn't do anything. But they're our family, and they're some of the most talented, creative minds in the world, and our primary focus right now is making sure they feel comfortable and proud coming to work. The work they do never ceases to astound us, and frankly, there's just no world in which we could have navigated all this without them. Now, there are videos that were shot ahead of all this, right? We're going to be editing Ned out like the new season of Without a Recipe, and we're working with our editors and finding creative solutions to the footage. And we also have some branded videos that we've already committed to. So when you see a video that's sponsored in a few weeks and you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. Well, yeah, it is kind of weird. It's just how things are, and that's why.
Look, I get that when stuff like this happens, there's going to be speculation and gossip. And we ask that you respect the privacy of the family members and employees who may be caught up in this. We also want to remind you that the internet has a tendency to be a lot harsher towards women than men. So please, we ask that you exercise kindness.
Things will change here. What we hope is that within this, there's also the opportunity for positive growth and better videos ahead. But it's going to be hard. This whole thing is going to be really fucking hard.
And we imagine you have lots of questions, a lot more questions right now. And we're going to have more to say in the future. Just right now, we're focused on bringing the best content possible between now and the end of the year. And then,
look, there's always going to be an element of performance when you are making something that's going to be broadcast to what you know is millions of people. When I downloaded that video, it was #1 trending and had been for hours and hours and hours. But I believe them. I believe the story that they didn't know it was happening. I believe them that as soon as they found out, they took really immediate action because they understood what a clusterfuck this could blow up in. The thing about the boss employee thing is it's not just about it being inappropriate. It's not just about conflicts of interest. It's also about the legal exposure that they've now opened themselves up to, because Alex, the person that he was treating with, could very easily come back and be like sexual harassment, hostile work environment, right? Like she got a case. I bet, if I had to bet, business Kimberly thinks Alex got some money out of this. I do. Because I think a settlement would save the Try Guys money in the long run. I do. Yeah, that's what business Kimberly thinks. Okay, I also wanted to hopefully this will work. I don't know if this is going to be weird. But here is Ned being weird about his wife.
What's your number one secret to a great relationship?
Oh,
Why
gosh.
does it sound
What's my
like
number one
that?
secret to a great relationship? I mean, I think, I talk about her a lot because she's really awesome. That kind of mutual admiration and respect,
Yeah.
As well as communication, a willingness to figure things out, to work towards common goals.
Yeah.
Inter-office romance, while frowned upon by PR, is inherently thrilling. Oh yeah, by HR, sorry.
PR, it can be a big win.
Big night, yeah, that's a good one. Come work for us, you'll find the love of your life.
Hey!
While frowned upon by HR is inherently thrilling, with the caveat, I just want to make sure to our drunk listener that this is not someone, you said that he is older, it's not someone in a position of power over you.
Right,
want to make sure that is the right thing, but I'm going to assume in this case, which honestly, even if it is consensual, I just want you to keep that in mind. If he is someone who is directly over you, maybe it's not the best idea because you don't want to.
Caught my ex cheating on me?
Oh.
So I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. We should go. And he turns to me. He's like, I'd love to take you, but I'm going to be in so much trouble because his girlfriend is pregnant and she was also in New York. So he had to be on his best behavior. And I was like, oh, that's a bummer. Like, you can't go for a little bit. He's like, no.
Just one?
One shot? Yeah. And he was like, he said something like, I really wish I could take you, baby, but I'm going to get in so much trouble. It's like, oh, okay. And then he pulls out, okay, I brought it. It was in my work bag.
I think you got hit on by Post Malone.
A little bit.
Dresses for 3 of our close friends who are engaged, YB, Alexandra, and Maggie.
And whoever does the best gets to become each bridesmaid of honor.
Hi, my name's Alexandria, and my bridesmaids are going to be Keith, Ned, and Zach. Bridesmaid number 3, are you ready?
I'm ready.
They cheated and they got top of the class.
Can't cheat. I gotta do what's right.
You got this, YB. Really crush Alexandria. Crush Ned. Being a superior baby. You're my favorite baby.
I'm the one that always talks about his wife and his baby. I'm the quote-unquote responsible one, but really, I can be quite irresponsible.
Yikes. That's the thing about living your life on the internet. All kinds of receipts of Ned and his wife Ariel, of Ned and Al. I mean, baby. Look, as I've said before when I talked about this, Ned is going to be fine. He and his blonde wife and their 2 blonde kids, they represent the all-American ideal. It's an idyllic couple, old school, heteronormative, like nuclear family. They'll be fine. They'll rebrand. They'll come back stronger than ever. Alex, I don't know. And look, I appreciate Eugene and his little interjection of, hey, the internet is really, really fucked up to women. So I know you want to drag this lady, but don't do that. I think that was really, really good and responsible. The final thing that I wanted to share was I remember Ned and Ariel on Architectural Digest a couple of years ago showing off their home. So here is a little taste.
We wanted the kitchen to feel like it was part of the living room, so you could be watching TV while you're preparing something. Like this can open up to the table there. Everything's kind of like has this like connectiveness.
Yesterday, when we were prepping for this, we watched Mandy Moore's AD shoot. I saw her waterfall island, and I was like, we're doing that.
Really?
I swear to God.
You got inspired by Mandy Moore's house? There you go.
Yeah, it sounds
we
like
have what you would call the Mandy Moore waterfall
Yeah, we're
marble
calling
island.
this Mandy Moore's
We walked
mid-century
in and we
modern
said,
island.
give us a Mandy. I said, huh?
My Instagram is like all just architectural stuff and interior design stuff. And I was really tired of white cabinets. So I just wanted something different. These are actually IKEA boxes, and then we got semi-handmade doors on them. And yeah, you get like the special made like doors and
Cheap
cabinets
insides,
and stuff.
fancy outsides.
Yeah.
Look at this.
So good. Well,
Bam.
you keep opening stuff.
But you got the slow close. Look at this. Oh, wow. When I saw that, I was like, I'm a rich person now. I have slow closed drawers. What?
Oh, play. Why is it not playing?
Nice weather all the time. All of a sudden.
Oh. Okay, well, y'all got it. It's so funny. I have been using this new software for the past couple of days, on, the Patreon and for the members and the Substack people. And it's been going pretty good. We've had a couple of hiccups every once in a while, but it's been pretty good. It's not. This is unusual, okay? I don't know. We get in front of company. And the software starts acting up. The internet wants to act up, okay? Stop showing out. Anyways, that was, Ned and Ariel showing off their home, which is actually, I guess pretty humble by rich person LA standards. It's very, and this is a couple of years ago, so the stuff in their home kind of strikes me as a little bit dated. But again, it's in alignment with that kind of mid-century modern. When I look at them, it does feel like Mad Men. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does feel like the repressed 1960s, and that is what their home reminded me. I think their little bungalow. Let's take a final dip into the comments. Okay. Also, it's interesting considering that the fact that Alex is Asian and how that plays into the situation and how the public will perceive her too. There was somebody said something earlier about what are they going to do with Ned's shares. Undoubtedly, look, there's some entertainment lawyers in LA who made so much money over the past 3 or 4 weeks. Like, they, baby, are balling because I'm sure the negotiations to sever Ned, to remove him as a manager of their organization, I forgot what exactly it's called, the kinds of negotiations, the splitting hairs, the contracts, to what are they going to do with the money from the YouTube channel? What are they going to do with the proceeds from the book? What are they going to do with residuals from the TV show? Is Ned going to recoup the rest of the Try Guys for the expenses that they have to pay to digitally remove him from the videos that they have already filmed and paid for? Is he going to recoup them the money that they spent on the graphic designers to get them to change? I mean, like, this is just so, it is so, man, I am very, very intrigued by the depths of the disentangling that they have to do because it's so deep. I saw somebody else mention that the original Try Guys office was in Ned's house. How does Ned get recouped for that? Oh, baby, he got a lot of money. Yeah. So anyways, I said all that to say again, they're fine. They're gonna be more than fine. The Fulmers, oh, they've cashed out. Oh, Second Try LLC is the name. He could have just filed for divorce. I don't get why guys cheat at all. I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. I have learned a lot about cheating from Esther Perel, but it's because people don't want to get divorced. They don't want to leave their partners. They want something in addition to their partner. There are fleets of lawyers at this point. Oh, my teams. Yeah, team of lawyers. Okay. It's being said Eugene is so mad because he's a child of divorce. Why would he get anything if he had a relationship with an employee? Because he's owed money. I mean, honestly, yeah, he is owed. I don't know exactly about the legality. I don't know if it is illegal for him to have a relationship with an employee, right? But I definitely think that there is like some civil exposure. I've been talking to a lot of lawyers recently. But I definitely could imagine that there's a great deal of like civil exposure, potential liability for, having sex with an employee, but also he is an owner of this really big, super profitable company, and owners of companies have to be bought out. They can't just force him out. They would need to buy him out if they want him completely out of the company. Yeah, I think that it's easier to just go ahead and buy him out outright, sign all of the documents, have him just walk away and be content rather than a new, long, lengthy legal battle. Because if they don't come to an agreement with lawyers and with contracts, then they have to go to court. Okay. I gotta go. I'm trash. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in to the 4th edition of Keeping Up with the Creators. Oh, before I go, what I wanted to end on here is, I love trash. I'm a big consumer of content. That's why I love to make content. But I was thinking earlier today when I came across something on my For You page. I just want to end this by saying I love Kev on Stage. I am so inspired by him. I admire him so much. I think he is so talented. I respect what he has built, and I respect the ethos around which he has built it. And I am just so sad that his brother and former manager passed away super suddenly recently. I honestly, my heart dropped. I mean, I literally gasped when I saw that tweet come down my timeline. I just wish him nothing but the best. I am not a religious person, but I'm absolutely praying for him. I still do that from time to time. I just can't imagine. I have an older sister. Oh no, I can't cry. I have to go to the club. I have an older sister. Oh no. And oh no, Kim. I don't have time. The thought of something happening to my sister, man, y'all wouldn't see me again. So, I just wanted to put those positive thoughts out there because I just can't imagine. Oh, I gotta go. I can't. I gotta call the Uber. Anyways, you guys, if you want more of this, sign up for the Substack or the YouTube members or the Patreon. This goes anywhere that I publish content behind the paywall. I gotta go. I will see you guys next time. All right. Bye.